Have you ever tried to bake a cake without a bowl to hold the ingredients? Think about it for a second. You take fresh flour, sweet sugar, beaten eggs, really good chocolate. You mix it all together and the batter looks amazing. But now what? Without a pan to pour it into, there's no cake. I'll explain exactly what I mean and how this connects to your child's real need for boundaries and gentle discipline. But first,
hi everybody, and welcome to my channel. Hi, I'm Esty. I'm a parenting coach, a children's author, and a bibliotherapist,
which means I use the power of stories to help parents and children heal, grow, and connect.
Before we dive in, I have something special for you. It's my ebook, How to Heal Children's Trauma Through Stories. Inside, you'll discover gentle strategies you can start using right away to nurture confidence, calm, and connection with your child. The link is right below this video.
So let's go back to our cake. The pan isn't the sweet part. It isn't the egg, the sugar, or the chocolate. It doesn't add flavor, but it's the thing that lets everything become something we can really enjoy. The pan holds, shapes, and gives form. Now picture your child. You give love, warmth, kind words, hugs, and kisses. Those are the great ingredients: the flour, the chocolate, the sugar. But without a pan, without a frame that contains and guides all that goodness, your child can't fully enjoy it. They feel overwhelmed, confused, sometimes even anxious. It's like batter spilled all over the counter. It can't become a cake. For years, I've met wonderful parents who want to give their kids the very best, but they don't always realize how much boundaries are part of that love. I know the word discipline can sound cold or harsh. Many moms tell me, I want to be a warm, cuddly mom, not the mom who puts limits all the time. You're right. Children need tons of love, but it will never be enough without a container, without the pan that holds all that love. And this isn't just theory. You can see it in daily life. Think of a regular evening when you try to get the kids to bed. You read a story, give a goodnight kiss, but if there isn't a clear rule, now it's bedtime, your child keeps stalling. More water, one more hug, one more little game. You end up exhausted and your child is still unsettled. When there's a clear frame, even if they don't love it at first, bedtime becomes calmer and sleep is deeper. The cake picture reminds us, boundaries don't reduce love. They're the tool that makes love felt, steady, and sweet. So next time you wonder, am I limiting them too much? Remember, just like a cake, the pan is what turns your generous ingredients into something real, not a mess on the counter. Let's go a little deeper with this cake idea. Think of all the lovely things you give your child every day. A morning hug, a heart-shaped sandwich for school, a quiet, I'm proud of you, after a small win, time to build Lego or draw together. Those are top quality ingredients, like good flour, sweet sugar, rich cocoa. But here's the question. Without a pan, where does it all take shape? No pan? The ingredients spill everywhere. They're good and sweet, but they never become a cake. That's exactly how love and parenting work. Love is the ingredient. It's the base. It's essential. But for your child to really feel it, absorb it, and build a steady life with it, they need a pan. The pan is boundaries. Boundaries aren't a cold wall. They're not meant to hurt or block. Boundaries are the container, the frame that holds the goodness. They're the tool that keeps your love and effort steady so they can become something sweet and nourishing. Now, imagine a different scene. I invite you and a group of moms on a special helicopter ride. You fly over the city, everything sparkles and looks amazing from above. Then, surprise, the helicopter lands on the roof of a very tall building. The sun is setting, lights are turning on, and the city below takes your breath away. But as you step out, you realize there are no fences, no railings, nothing around the edge. What happens? Your legs shake, your heart races, and the beauty disappears. Everyone squeezes into the middle,
No one gets close to the edge. Some moms close their eyes, others stare only at the ground. The view is still beautiful, but fear takes over. Now picture the same roof with strong safety fences. Suddenly, the group relaxes. You spread out, take photos, enjoy the endless view. The city didn't change, your sense of safety did. And what created that safety? Not more sunset, not more city lights, but a boundary. The fences, what seemed limiting, actually gave you freedom. That's exactly how it is with our kids. We sometimes think clear limits will shrink a child's freedom. The truth is the opposite. Without boundaries, a child is busy with inner fear, huddling in the middle, scared of falling. They can't fully laugh, play, and explore. With a clear frame, they spread out, try things, and enjoy life. A mom once told me, "I feel like I'm walking a tightrope. If I say no too much, I'm too strict. If I say yes too much, the kids go wild." I told her, "Your kids don't want you on a tightrope. They want you to build a fence." That's the difference. A clear boundary doesn't shrink them. It lets them open their wings safely. Think about a simple playground. Kids run freely when there's a fence. No fence, everyone's tense, you and the kids. They inch away carefully and you keep checking the street. The result, less freedom, more fear. So what do we take into parenting? When we're clear, when our child knows the rules, life isn't scary. They don't feel they must check the edge every minute. They relax, they laugh, play, and discover the world. Here's the beauty. A boundary isn't an ending. It's a beginning. It's not a prison, it's a platform. It doesn't shut things down, it holds things up so your child can live with freedom and joy. Let's pause and ask a simple question. What's easier for a child, knowing someone is watching over them or feeling they must watch over themselves? It's clear, right? A child shouldn't be their own guard. They need us, the parents, to be the compass, the safe wall, the fence, the ones who hold the space where they can grow. A child needs someone stronger, not strong like force, but strong like steady and clear. We're the lighthouse that still shines even when they melt down, cry, or shout, "I hate you," in a tough moment. Without a clear authority, a child starts building their own defenses, not by choice, but to survive. You'll see it in rigid sleep rituals or demanding that everything be exactly this way. Others grow anxious, as if their brain says, "If no one is guarding me, I must fear everything." That's exhausting and not a child's job. With clear authority, something softens. The child gets to be a child, free to explore, play, laugh, learn, and try, because someone else holds the frame. Ask yourself, what gives my child more freedom? Growing up with a parent who tries to be a best friend equal, or growing up with a parent who was a clear anchor? Kids don't need another best friend. They need a parent, bigger than them, holding the compass. When we take that role seriously, not from fear, but from love, we give them true freedom. Not freedom from chaos, but freedom grounded in a deep knowing someone is watching over me. I can be a kid. Let's talk about what happens when a child doesn't have a healthy, clear frame. Kids are creative. If they don't get what they need, they try to make it themselves. But when a child builds their own pan, it often turns rigid and unhealthy and full of fear. A child without boundaries feels the world is confusing. They don't know where okay ends and not okay begins, or who they can rely on. It's like standing on a roof with no railings, always tense, always trying not to fall. So their mind creates inner fences, but those fences can be too tight and controlling. For example, some kids grow very anxious. That anxiety isn't just fear. It's an inner system saying, if no one is guarding me, I must guard myself at any cost. Anxiety then limits every step and makes the world feel dangerous.
Others develop obsessive or compulsive behaviors, strict rituals, endless repeats. It's like the child says, if no one gives me rules, I'll make my own iron rules. Lining up toys again and again, a rigid bedtime routine, or an inner law like, I must touch things twice or something bad will happen. Pause with me. This is not a medical diagnosis. We're not labeling children. I'm showing a principle, a picture of how missing outer boundaries can push a child to create inner, artificial ones that feel like a prison, not freedom. That's the difference between healthy boundaries and artificial ones. Our parental boundaries are like a strong fence around a pretty yard. They're not a jail. They're a safe space where a child can run free because the field is protected. Artificial boundaries are like walls inside the child, self-built prisons that don't truly protect, only trap. Think of a little girl at preschool who didn't have clear rules at home. She learned that if she cried enough, mom caved. Dad didn't hold the line either. At school, she invented strict inner rules to feel in control. I must always sit in this chair, if not, disaster. Those rules might give a moment of safety, but they end up limiting her, not freeing her. A child raised with clear, loving boundaries, even if no isn't their favorite word, actually becomes freer. They don't need rigid self-rules because someone else is holding the frame. Healthy parental boundaries are like a warm hand saying, I'm with you, you're not alone. So if you hear yourself think, maybe I'm limiting them too much, remember, a healthy boundary isn't a locked wall. It's a fence that allows freedom. It lets your child be a child without fear of falling and without carrying grown-up burdens, free to live, play, and grow.
Let's talk about something that follows almost every mom: guilt. We want to be the best mom, warm, listening, lifting our child when it's hard, planting love and safety. Most of the time, that's what we do. And then comes that tiny word, no. Your child pushes back. They whine, cry, maybe scream. Your heart tightens. It feels like you ruined everything you built, like you erased the love in 1 second. The guilt sneaks in. Maybe I should have given in. Maybe I'm too strict. Maybe I'm hurting them. But the truth is the opposite. A boundary doesn't take away, it gives. No doesn't remove love. It strengthens safety. It shows there's someone stronger holding the family compass. I prefer to say we don't set a boundary, we give a boundary. Because a boundary is a gift of inner calm, a clear message, you're not alone. Someone is watching over you. Kids need boundaries to feel calm. They won't say thank you in the moment, but their bodies will. Better sleep, softer behavior, a more settled spirit. The problem isn't no. The problem is the guilt around no. If we say no with a tight heart, kids hear our doubt, and the boundary feels flimsy, inviting arguments. When we clean out the guilt and truly believe a boundary is a gift, everything shifts. Our tone is clear, children accept it faster, and the whole home feels steadier. So let's change our inner language. Don't tell yourself I'm setting a boundary like it's cold or harsh. Tell yourself I'm giving a boundary, because that's what it is, a gift that gives your child stability, safety, and rest inside your love. Next time your heart tightens as you say no, remember, you're not taking freedom away. You're giving real freedom. You're not closing their heart. You're helping it rest and feel held. I know it's not always easy. Kids push back, they cry. You'll feel tempted to give in for quiet. That's human. I've been there. But every time you stay clear, you give them a bigger gift than any toy.
You give them stability. 2 quick recommendations for you. 1. If you haven't watched my earlier videos yet, go watch them now. They're pure gold for you. Together, they make a roadmap to being a calm, loving, confident mom.
See the full list and links in the description.
And if you haven't downloaded my book, How to Heal Children's Trauma Through Stories, now's the time. It comes from years of helping moms and kids and can totally change how you meet those small, hard moments. It's real gold for your toolbox. And a tiny preview of what's next. Today we talked about why boundaries matter. But I know the big practical question every mom has. What do I do when I tell my child to do something and they just don't do it? In the next video, we'll go hands-on, how to teach the meaning of no in a clear, calm way. No yelling, no exhausting fights, no power games. I'll show you a simple path that turns your no into something that calms your family instead of starting a battle. So subscribe now so you don't miss it, or the other resources that are pure gold for your beautiful, important role, raising life, building a family full of life with warmth, wisdom, and love. I can't wait to see you in the next video.
And so far, thank you for watching. And remember, your child's emotional strength starts with you. So take care of yourself, take care of your kids, and see you in the next video.